Hi everybody, my name is David Brennan with Safety Evolution, and today I want to talk to you about safety meetings and how you can get your team to be involved in them so that they're not just sitting there bored watching you speak. One of the biggest things about your safety meeting is obviously that you want to be teaching, you want to be engaging your people, you want them to really come out of that meeting with information that's going to help them to have a better safety culture, to help each other in the field, to recognize hazards better, to feel like they're part of the program. So I worked for many years as a health and safety advisor and have a lot of safety meetings under my belt, and a good portion of them sucked. To call a spade a spade. What happens is we oftentimes just get up, get in front of the people, and just start speaking, and 45 minutes later, everybody's asleep, they're bored, silly, and they didn't really get much out of your meeting. And that's really a waste of everybody's time, and we want to be able to get them to come out of it and have something tangible, have them be meaningful, and have a value to them. One of the big things that we can do is change up the way that we do our safety meetings. And so in my career, I slowly transitioned into doing safety meetings that were much more interactive and much less about me speaking to people. And this is something that I'd like to teach you a framework for. We call it the perfect safety meeting roadmap, and goes a little something like this. The first thing you want to do is start with a safety exercise. Okay? What this is going to do is get your whole team up, moving, talking, interacting. You can do some pretty cool things, like a hazard hunt is a really easy one. And all you have to do that is to put up a picture of a site, break your meeting into teams, and then just have them talk about it, come up with a list of all the hazards that they see, and then present to the group. And what you're going to do is be able to see everybody's different take on the hazards in that, and then have an open discussion about it. You can add some prizes to this, make it fun, and get everybody going. The next thing you want to do is recognize the positives that are happening for your team. So maybe recognize one of the safety leaders that you have, recognize the things that you're doing well in your safety program, and then what your customers like about your safety program and how it's affecting the day-to-day operations and sales and your interactions with those companies. The next thing that you want to do is something that we call what I wish I knew. So this is pretty simple. What you're going to do is actually have your team, one person in your team for every meeting, prepare a little 3 to 5 minute presentation of an event that they were personally involved with or they knew very well, and have them get up and just explain what happened. From there, look at who it affected and how it affected them, and then talk as a group on how that could have been stopped, what they could have done differently. And what we're doing here is we're creating a common knowledge between our people of events that happened. So they'll be able to recognize things in the future before they happen, say, oh, this reminds me of when this happened to so-and-so, and be able to stop that event from happening. And the next one that's really good is an incident review. So if you have incidents, near misses at your site, if you don't have many, you can look at industry ones. And where you want to start is just go through, outline again the event that happened, and then dig into the investigation. So look at contributing and causal factors. When you look at those, make sure that you're actually interacting with your team. What we're getting away from in these meetings is someone just standing up there and talking. We want to have interactive meetings. So when we look at causal factors, so root cause, whatever your terminology is for this, have an open conversation with your team and say, what do you guys, so this is what we found in the investigation, or this is what was found in the investigation. What do you think of this? Where do you think we got it right? The point of this is that you're going to get them to start thinking about why things happen, you're kind of sort of training them in investigation skills, and they're getting a deeper knowledge of health and safety as they go. Plus, they're recognizing how things go wrong and may be able to stop them in the future. And the next one you want to do is look at the action items that are created for your causal factors. This is a big one because we make causal factors as safety people all the time, but we have experts in our company, on our sites that know how things work way better than we ever will. And sometimes they're not involved. So by opening this up for review and talking to your team in your meeting, you're able to say, hey, this is what we think is a meaningful action item, and we think this will fix this. And get their feedback. They might have much better action items that you can implement or that you can add to your action item list. From there, you're going to move into the last piece, and you need to have a space where you can fulfill the requirements of your safety program. So in there, you may be talking about anything that is required in your safety program. Training, minutes, things that are happening, hazard assessments, all that good stuff. And again, keep in line with what we're doing in the rest of the meeting. Make sure we're staying interactive and we're not getting up there and just speaking to everybody. The biggest thing that you're going to have to overcome to be able to implement this system is getting people to speak and chat. They're going to first of all need to have a safe space. So you're going to have to make sure that your team doesn't ridicule or beat anybody up verbally when they're actually talking and expressing their opinion. And just keep in mind, the first few meetings are not going to be the best, but as you transition and as everybody gets used to this, it's going to get better for you and you'll have more interaction. Another trick, get the people that like to talk involved early and tell them what's going to happen so that they're a little prepared for this and able to help you out. So just to recap, what you want to do, start off with some sort of game. Hazard hunt's a great one. Then move into what we're doing great, people, company, and what your customers are thinking about you. Then go to what I wish I knew, review any incidents that you have, and then go through and finish off with your safety requirements for your company. If you want to download this template, we've attached it. Download it, implement it. We'd love to hear from you to hear how it's actually working for your team. Have a great day and thank you very much.